radio, the first day of February 2024. Oh, what a day. Man. Good evening, the world. You're most welcome to Ghana's #1 personality show. And it is Star Charts right here on Starr 103.5 FM. You know, before we too can move mountains, we must learn to walk the daily grind, one quiet step at a time. And we must learn to serve before we can lead. Sir Sebastian Richard said this many years ago. My guest tonight has patiently served and grown through the ranks to become a leader. He was born on the 24th of September, 1977, means he'll be turning 46 this year. Hails from Marseille in the Ashanti region of Ghana. Prior to joining mainstream politics in Ghana, he was a former student activist of the New Patriotic Party, played a pioneering role in the formation of the Tertiary Students Wing of the party. Yes, Tertiary Students Confederacy, the New Patriotic Party, TESCON. And he served as a founding president while pursuing his undergraduate studies at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST. Upon completion, he pursued a master's degree in public policy and administration. And also, he's a Rotary Scholar at the Michigan State University out there in the USA. He's a development planning officer, project manager, policy specialist professional, and he has years-ranging professional experience in these fields. He's also held various positions at the Ministry of Employment and Social Welfare. He moved on to Global Media Alliance, Delta Acquisitions out there in Delaware, USA, Michigan House of Representatives, planning officer at the Ghana Free Zones Board, project manager, Tema Export Processing Zone, and a research analyst. Wow, he's paid the dues. Indeed. Well, tonight we get to delve into the life of this man. He's been out there as a project analyst. What has he got to offer? Working out there at Delta Acquisitions and Development in Delaware, USA, responsible for monitoring and evaluating the company's real estate acquisitions and development. A lot to say tonight. Our guest tonight also served as a policy and research associate in the Office of the State Representative and also the Michigan Legislative Black Caucus in Michigan House. On his return to Ghana, he worked for the then MPP presidential candidate and current president of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, as a political assistant, a position he held until he was elected into office as Member of Parliament. Well, he moved on to become a Deputy Chief of Staff at the Flagstaff House in 2017. In June 2020, he won the Bantama NPP primaries against the incumbent Daniel Ochem Abuaji in a bid to contest for the seat in Parliament of Ghana. 2020 general elections, he polled 88.84% of total votes cast to emerge as the MP or the parliamentary representative of Bantama. Well, tonight we're celebrating the man who was appointed as the Minister Designate for Ministry of Works and Housing. And last weekend, he retained his candidacy for the Bantama constituency. My guest is none other than Francis Asenso-Boakye, MP for Bantama and Minister for Works and Housing. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Bola.
And how are you doing?
I'm all right.
I can see you're beaming with smiles.
Because you are smiling. And yours is infectious.
Infectious, indeed. We'll get into that. But Star Chart is probably brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go. And Haptel is everything you. Core Plus Mixture for your general well-being. GCB Bank, your bank for life. We say thank you to all our sponsors for getting on board. Thank you. Honorable Asenso-Boakye, you're most welcome. Your nickname is Kabila when you were in KNUST, is that right?
Yes, that's true.
Why that nickname, Kabila?
We went to KNUST at a time that Laurent Kabila,
Star 103.5 FM,
crusading rebel, in the former
Zaire, yes.
was fighting to overthrow President Mobutu Sese
Seko, okay.
Yeah, and at that time when he had reached Kisangani, fighting his way through to the capital, which is Kinshasa.
Yeah.
Was also the time that we were also involved in student politics, and at that time I was quite aggressive. And I also looked like him a little bit.
Okay.
So
they called you Kabila.
Kabila, yeah.
All right. So it's a name you respond to till date, right?
Certainly.
You also called Gaba. Is that it?
That was secondary school. I didn't know that.
We have to do our research. Just a start chat.
Yeah, that was when I was in Gabase.
Gabase.
You remember
yes.
the famous
Gabase, yeah.
In the Indian movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you were called Gabase.
Gabase.
Back in secondary school. Yes. And also in sixth form, you were called A.A. Aya.
Yes, I think that some called me that.
Some called you that.
Yeah.
Apart from Gabase,
yeah.
you are called A.A. Aya. And at home and in the bedroom, you are called Ura Kwame.
Yes.
Minister is humble. Don't worry. We did our research. Ura Kwame.
I know where it's coming from.
But thanks for honoring our invitation.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You've dragged me to your studio.
How is life? I know you won't do anything. You told me, but you had to be. And our listeners and all of us, we are grateful. Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. How are you and how's life?
Everything is fine. I'm doing fine.
You're brimming with confidence, you know.
God has been good.
God has been good. Coming up from parliamentary primaries, I mean, fresh. Obviously happy with the outcome. But were you expecting a closer contest, Asenso-Boakye?
Closer contest? No, I wasn't expecting a closer contest. In fact, when they announced the results, I was a bit disappointed.
Really?
That the guy could pull that number of votes.
Were you surprised?
I was surprised, but thinking about it and getting to hear about the emerging issues surrounding the outcome and the results, then I understood why. Yeah, but because the guy on his own couldn't have pulled that.
The emerging issues being what?
I mean, the kind of people who were supporting him. Behind the scene. Exactly. I mean,
you didn't know that before?
I mean, I didn't believe, but later it was confirmed. Yeah, the kind of people who were supporting him. But regardless, 78% is a landslide, and in any election is quite.
Before that, you polled 88% against an incumbent MP.
No, before that I pulled 78% against.
Ochem
yes.
Abuaji.
But the 88
was the general election. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you actually maintained the 78.
I did maintain.
You thought you were going to have more than
exactly, because that was the time that I contested with Ochem Abuaji, the late Ochem Abuaji. I was fresh. I had no record to campaign on. But when I was given the opportunity to serve, I had brought many development projects, which many of the people in Bantama believe is unprecedented. It's never happened before in terms of development projects. And even in terms of community engagement, community mobilization, it's never happened before, even though I'm the first MP for Bantama who was elected and right after was appointed a cabinet minister, which meant that I had bigger responsibilities. That notwithstanding, I still had time to visit my constituency. I'm almost always in Kumasi every weekend, interacting with my constituents, both the party people and the general constituents. So I believe that I had done a lot of work, and I was hoping that I could put even much bigger percentage, but it didn't happen. And you also know, I'm sure you know the kind of machinations that went on in Bantama.
Wow. So were you surprised that Raphael Agyapong was able to, give you a very not close contest, but to pull those number of votes?
Initially, but I mean,
subsequently
when I heard and confirmed certain things that happened and the kind of people who were behind him, behind the scene, then I realized that I even did well.
Bantama has now, for the first time, seen an MP who was contested and retained his candidacy, I mean, since 2008. What made the difference for you? I mean, for everyone else, it has been, you say, one-term MP.
Yeah.
And you...
Let me, for just set the record straight.
Right.
Dr. Anane, Dr. Richard Anane, who is the former Minister for Roads,
Right.
is the first MPP MP for Bantama. He was there for 8 years, but he went on a post in all those years.
Correct.
Followed by Honorable Sisi Gadapa,
Gadapa.
also came for 8 years, but went on a post. And it was followed by Honorable Kwabena Kokofu, who lost when he was seeking re-election at the primary, and came Honorable Agyapong, the late. And he also lost to me when he was seeking re-election. So I'm the first person who has survived a re-election challenge in the Bantama.
How does that make you feel? That's why I said that back to back, you're the one who's done that.
Yeah, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel have a sense of responsibility, because it means that there's huge expectation. Yes, but it's not surprising. I'm probably the only MP who was born and raised and also hailed from the constituency.
The only MP?
Yeah.
Born and raised in Bantama?
Yeah. Maybe with the exception. Born and raised and also hailed.
Okay. Hail from Bantama?
And also hail. Yes, because I hail from Woshen, which is at the middle. That's where my father is from, and which is at the middle of the constituency. So I'm a true son of the soil, local boy. Nobody else can boast of those credentials. That is one. Secondly, the number of development projects that I've brought to Bantama, like I said, is quite unprecedented. In the areas of education, the areas of health, the areas of security, the areas of sports development, and many others.
Right. We'll get into the developmental, projects and all that you've done. But how long did you actually prepare for this moment? I know last 4 years you were in there, but before that as well, how long? Becoming a servant leader for the people of Bantama. You've been nursing this ambition since when?
Since 2008, actually.
Oh, since 2008?
When I got back.
You knew it that one day?
Yeah. In fact, I filed nominations to contest in 2008 against Honorable Sisi Gadapa, but I was prevailed upon by the others of the party, notably the late Apiamenka, who said that I should step aside and that my time will come.
You were quite young then.
Quite young.
Very ambitious.
Very ambitious. I had gotten back from America and I've studied some American politics, so I thought I knew it all. So that's when it started. But before then, I was a foot soldier in the constituency, serving the party, doing a lot of research work for Dr. Anane when he was the MP, and that was the time that I was a student at the KNUST. And you recounted my days at KNUST.
Correct.
When I was involved in my pioneering role in the establishment of the Tertiary Students' Confederacy of the MPP. So politics has been part of me. In fact, before I went to university, where I grew up, of course, Bantama, there was a house right next after my father's house where we all converge, from after school, after work, and talk about politics. At that time, it was an anti-rolling sentiment. So I went to university with that kind of orientation, okay? So we decided to continue the work, the struggle there. And Bantama, right from 1982, has been a citadel of political activism in Kumasi, and I must say the whole of Ghana. So
Bantama?
Yes, and those were the time that they call Bantama, Florida. Until we get Bantama votes, you cannot
determine where the elections will go, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So that's the background. And after that, in 2011, I actually contested with Honorable Kokofu. Yeah, who at that time I hadn't spent a lot of time in Bantama because I had lived in the States and came back and working in Accra. So I contested, and against Kokofu was then the constituency chairman. And after everything had been prepared, the state had been prepared, he resigned. He did the album, everything, and resigned to contest. And so that I got 40% of the vote, and I thought it was a good showing.
Wow.
In 2015, I decided not to contest Kukufu.
Why?
For some personal reasons. I thought that he needed more time to do his work. Yes, but unfortunately, a new person who had just come from the US, a very good friend of mine, then Honorable Asenso-Boakye, came to beat him. Yeah, and 4 years later.
You mentioned that the late Asenso-Boakye was a very good friend.
Very good friend.
Why did you decide to contest your good friend instead of supporting him, Asenso-Boakye?
Exactly. We had a chat about it. In fact, many people thought that I would be in the best position to bring about development Bantama if I'm the MP.
Oh.
Exactly. And Ochem, regardless, he was very hardworking, very eloquent, but his contribution in terms of the local development was quite limited. So many people thought that I would be a better person. And I called him and we had a chat. And
so you discussed that with him?
We discussed that.
But you still went in there to contest.
We discussed that, and in principle, we agreed not to go, so that you find something else for him to do. Yeah, but that was the.
So there was that understanding between you and Asenso-Boakye.
Yeah. But later he changed his mind when I had actually set foot on the ground. He changed his mind and we decided to slag it out, which we did. But we've maintained very cordial relationship.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact,
until his demise.
2 weeks before his demise, we met and we had a very nice chat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, let's talk about several allegations were thrown out there before the Bantama election. Which one really got to you, Asenso? And today we want you to say all here and now. Which one did get to you? I mean, we'll get into that, but for you, which one really got to you?
None of them.
None of them?
None of them, because I knew very well that they were just fabrications.
Really?
Yeah, none of them.
You were not staying with a friend in Adenta that,
Oh, you call that allegation?
Well, you didn't come out to speak or deny or say otherwise.
I did.
You did?
That
okay.
one I did. I did. I never stayed with his friend.
You never stayed with Kennedy Agyapong's friend?
No, I never stayed with him. In fact, there's a property that belonged to his friend, but I had bought it at the time.
So you had bought the property?
Yes, I've explained.
So you were not patching with that guy?
No. I was the only one living in the house. Yeah. Yeah, I was the only one living in the house.
That property in Adenta?
And I had bought it already. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And this you can easily verify.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that, you wanted to set the record straight that you own that property. You were not patching. You were not squatting
and I still
with a
own the
friend.
property.
You still own that property.
Yeah.
Wow. What about the allegations of $20,000 before you once gets to see the president? It's baseless.
Baseless.
So he says that he has proof. He had people who had to come to. You saw the video, I'm sure.
Which video?
Well, he said it that people had to pay, money to come and see you.
It's baseless. I have never, God is my witness, in my line of duty, wherever I work, I have never demanded any favor, any money before anything is done. Never.
You never ask people to pay you $20,000 before they get to see the president or come to the Jubilee House?
First of all, when I was at Jubilee House, my job was not the scheduler of the president. That wasn't my job. If anybody wants to see the president wouldn't come to me. If there's anybody who wants to see the president who will come to me, then it will be the party people that the president knew already. And even that, I'll go through the scheduler, which is the fine lady at the presidency, Starr Atta. So I remember when that allegation came up, the president was like, "But how can you collect?"
So the president questioned you.
He didn't question. He was like, "So I heard this, but this is business. How can this happen? Because that's not your job, and you've never brought anybody to me other than people that already you and I know, party people, constituency chairman, this and that. So it's business.
So that never happened.
I want to have someone who can come out to say that." Anytime that somebody has mentioned, because it's fabrication, it's just a deliberate attempt to soil my hardware reputation. They use somebody somebody outside the country. I've heard they say some Indians. Let them come. Recently, some white guy who from nowhere.
Yeah, we saw a video that was.
I mean, if he is in the country,
you dare that person to come out and say.
Yeah, then you sue the person. Exactly. No, I've never done that.
Speaking of corruption and allegations, you've also not been spared with a couple of them. I mean, Kennedy Agyapong makes scathing allegations about you involving land grabs and, grabbing lands here and there, land sales, involving the late Justice, Mafusa.
I think he mentioned a specific one. That
Yes.
There's a property that used to house
Yes.
the late Justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Mafusa.
What is the situation?
I think the Judicial Service dealt with the matter. In fact, that land is part of, that property is part of about four property within a 3-acre land. Okay? And it's the ministry, these are properties managed by the Ministry of Western Housing. So the ministry decided to redevelop those areas, which is something that has been going on since 1992. Government realized that some of these buildings, old government bungalows in the prime areas of Accra, Cantonments, Roman Ridge, Airport Residential, Labone, can be redeveloped so that we make optimum use of the land. Okay, so that area, the ministry decided to redevelop those land. In fact, my official residence was part of the 4.
Your official residence
exactly
was part of that 4,
exactly,
including that of Justice.
Exactly, and I had to leave for that place to be redeveloped. Out of that, you're going to have about 24 housing units. And the agreement with the judiciary is that after that, we give a special one, 4 of them to the judiciary, gated community for the judiciary, which they insisted on that. So there's nothing like that. This can be easily verified. So I was surprised.
It wasn't done for personal, use or maybe gains, and for you to get anything.
No. This program that has been going on, yes,
the redevelopment program.
Yeah, it's been going on for many years. Yes. So and he said that has sold the land.
Yeah,
which is not true.
What is the truth?
The truth is that the place is being redeveloped, and that same place still belongs to the state.
Judicial Service?
Not Judicial Service. Part will be given to the Judicial Service, part will be given to other state senior public officials. It's still in the public land belonging to the state. And
so it wasn't sold to private individuals?
It hasn't been sold to private individuals. Yeah. Wow. And I think the Judicial Service issued a statement.
We wanted to hear that from you as well as the minister for that sector.
The minister also issued a statement.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that is what it is, and that is the truth.
Yeah.
Wow.
There is no iota of truth in what the person said.
What is this issue between your good self and Honorable Kennedy Agyapong Asenso? What is it?
Personally, I don't have any issue.
He campaigned for you in 2020. Is that right? After I saw a video, your work. Yes.
My work, which I'm very grateful for. He did. In fact, when I invited him at that time, he had issue with his thoughts. He said he will still come. He came and he campaigned, and he said very kind words about me. At a point during the presidential primary, he said certain things about me which I came out to say that they were not true. One of which, you just mentioned. Yeah. And in response, I've heard him say that I said that.
You said somewhere that you were raised or brought up well and not read.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you say that?
Yes, but he said it in the context. Not
Why did you not referring to him?
Yeah, because when he said some things about, he was in Kumasi and said some very disparaging things about me.
About you?
Exactly. And that was when he said that I live in his friend's house and all that. So I wanted to respond. A lot of people, many Ghanaian prominent people called me and said, don't respond to him. Okay. But I thought certain allegations had to be responded to. So when I was speaking to the interviewer in Kumasi, I wanted to assure those people who had called me not to respond to him that, I'm here not to have any banter with my senior in Parliament, not to, and somebody who is way older than me, not to have any, and the way I was brought up, there's no way that I can insult or attack someone who is older than me. and I was brought up well. I was not trained to insult people. So there's no way that I was going to insult him or speak in the same manner that he did against me. Yeah, so it was more of an assurance that I was giving to people who had advised me.
Upon hindsight, do you think that the words, you could have carefully chosen your words?
No.
For somebody who's been brought up well, it's not something that, still stand by it? And
yeah, because I didn't mean to insult him, to attack me. And it wasn't about him. It was just to assure people who had advised me not to respond to him that the way that I was brought up, there was no way that I can speak that badly.
When you heard those comments and commentary about you, did you reach out to him? I mean, like you're saying, he's a senior brother, a senior colleague, an elderly person. Did you reach out to him and say, well, maybe senior, why these comments? You didn't?
Which one?
The one he said he came to Kumasi to make some disparaging comments.
I spoke to one person who I'm very close to, who was part of his campaign. Yeah, I spoke to him. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Would you want to reach out to him on any other?
I don't have any personal issue with him. Yeah, I mean, if there's an opportunity to engage him, I don't have any problem.
What did he say to his brother after the whole contest? Because before that, I remember there's a video, I'm trying to fetch it, but we'll play that video and that audio as well for you, that you were singing.
Yeah.
I think it was a Christian hymn or a gospel song. And his brother was also that.
Exactly. I was
remember
singing.
the song?
Yeah, I do.
Sing that for us. What do you say? Yes.
I had
what was the song?
I was saying.
Yes.
But I had just come out of morning devotion. Oh. Yeah, I attended the morning devotion where some of the delegates decided to join me in the morning. So I was actually filled with the Spirit.
Oh, filled and in the Spirit.
In the Spirit.
And praising God.
Praising God.
Your song was?
Wa kano ebebem. Eradiwa kano ebebem. Eradia kase obe shira ye.
And rap was obe one time. Radisa obe one time.
Now yeah shira.
Were you getting provoked?
He thought I was provoked. I mean, he was getting provoked. Yeah, me, I wasn't provoked. I didn't really care what.
One time now, man.
Yeah, that was. This whole idea was to also keep up with the Jones. I mean, to let the tradition remain. That everybody else has been one term, so you should be. Wow. But the delegates thought otherwise. They
How did you feel? You reached out to him. Was it in good faith? Were you happy after I saw a handshake and all
he came to congratulate me. Yeah.
What did you tell him? Tell us exclusively on that day.
No, he didn't say anything. He said that this is massive. Thank you. This is massive. Well done. That's what he said. Then yeah. He said this is massive.
Are you going to involve him in your campaign?
Everybody. You need everybody. Yeah. Everybody is welcome, and we will make sure that everybody who has something to offer
right,
is invited to join us. Yeah.
You had a Kokonte party, or what do you say, a betie?
Yeah.
A day after the primaries. Yeah. Why that? You could have done a fufu party. Kumasi is known for fufu, but why a betie?
I didn't organize it. I mean, one of the most unfortunate things that my brother, senior brother Kennedy, said when he came to campaign for his brother, that I'm a son of a Konkonte seller. So virtually denigrating me.
Are you a son of a Konkonte seller?
The fact of the matter is that my mother never sold Konkonte, but sold Omutu. He had a big Omutu joint
in Bantama.
My father was a building contractor who got this young, beautiful lady. He married her. And my father, at the age of mid-50s, suddenly died of cardiac arrest. At that time, my mom was barely 35 years, had 5 children. And my mother trained as a hairdresser, dressmaker and a caterer. But when my father died, she was then a housewife, but she decided not to remarry, not to do any other thing, but to trade and do something to be able to cater for us.
Right.
So she went into having this Omutuo joint to be able to make a living and also cater for us. So that's what she did. Yeah. But when Honorable Kennedy came, was denigrating my mother's job that fed many people in the community, and she said that my mother was a kunkunte.
So she sold Omutu. Never did she sell kunkunte.
Yes,
or maybe she makes that along the way.
He didn't. I think he was wrongly briefed by his people.
Wow.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter whether it's Mutu or
yes,
kunkunte.
of course.
They're all local food that he prepared and sold. So a lot of people were very upset by the comments.
They were?
Oh, yeah. Very market women, widows, and my mother was a widow. Market women, giving the sacrifices that my mother made to make sure that I had a very decent.
Your mom is still around?
No, she passed. Some 2-3 years ago. Yeah, and that is why some people decided to have this Konkonte party, and the attendance was amazing. Yes.
You had a huge crowd for that.
Oh yeah, amazing. And even before that, I mean, market women, hairdressers, many people, drivers were very upset by the unfortunate comments of the Honorable Member of Parliament. Yeah. So that's why this Kunkunte party came about. Yeah.
Interesting. Bantama, Asenso-Boakye. Interesting. We're time reading some 20 minutes to 8. We're saying a big thank you to MTN everywhere you go. To Haptel, we're saying thank you. And also to Coa Plus Mixture and GCB Bank. Thank you very much. Now let's get to meet the man beyond the titles and official workflow. Asenso-Boakye. I mean, yes, I got to used to be just some 10, 20 meters away from us at the president's house. I remember we meet at the barbering shop with Eugene and all of that. That was way back in 2013, 2014, when you used to be the political assistant.
That's right.
And I remember our interview with the president, now president. He was candidate, Kufuor in 2015. He came to the studio.
Yeah, I came with him.
Wow. So second time in our studios. But, you've lost quite a lot of weight, right?
Yeah.
Are you on some optimal plan level? Are you on some weight loss journey?
Yeah, I'm back.
What was that reflective moment that jump started this change?
I'm back on the weight loss because I was advised that at
the workload and the way you were
exactly. So eating at night and all that. I was
the job is so difficult that you have to go home at night, and you have to eat
something.
Charlie, it's not easy.
It was even crazier when I was a political assistant to the president.
Really?
Because President Kufuor is a workaholic. He will barely leave the office before 12 p.m. Yes, and I remember some of the time I had to leave, sneak out and go home, and he gets upset.
Oh, you left at the office and you go home?
Yeah, at the point he told me that he's probably the only president whose assistant will leave office before him.
You left your boss in the office and you go home. Wow.
Yeah, because he's, that's.
So it made you put on weight, a lot of weight.
A lot of weight.
You used to weigh like what?
I used to weigh like 114.
114?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had to embark on a weight loss journey based on doctor's advice. Yeah, and I was able to come down to about 100, even sometimes 98 and all that. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's been quite fulfilling.
Fulfilling.
Because you could see that your health has improved.
Health is wealth, and clearly, I mean, we all know optimal health is important. Optimal living.
Exactly. I know some people who are gossiping that I have done some surgery.
Yes, somebody sent me a text earlier that asked him because the transformation is huge. Did he go for a surgery?
No. I was doing workout.
Oh, you used to work out. Okay.
And diet. I was advised that many of the things that we eat are not good, especially the carbohydrate. Wow. So I cut down drastically on carbohydrate, which during the campaign I couldn't resist because and I put some.
You packed some more.
Yeah, but I'll go back.
You work on it.
Yeah.
Interesting. So it's all about healthy living, and that's a good example that you also said it for your folks to do. But how do you unwind with all the hustle and bustle? You just mentioned sometimes you get home 12 a.m., 1 a.m. It's all work for you. When Asenso is not working, what do you do?
Maybe watching football.
Oh, you love football?
Oh, sure, certainly.
Your favorite team will be
Asante Kotoko.
Oh, really?
And Liverpool.
And Liverpool.
Yeah,
okay, we saw a jersey in your office when we were
beyond Ghana. Beyond Ghana, Liverpool. But in Ghana, it's Asante Kotoko.
Wow.
Yes, I've been watching Kotoko since infancy. I used to go to the stadium and all that. Yeah.
So what's happening to Kotoko now?
Football, soccer is like life. Sometimes there are like ups and downs. But however you look at it, we are still the best, and we bounce back.
You think Kotoko is the best team in Ghana?
Oh yeah, that's not in doubt. That is no in doubt. Even in Africa, when BBC
Ukuma Pima.
Wow, Kotoko is the best in Africa. The best team of the century. African best team of the century by BBC. Yeah.
Wow. Let's talk about your home and being a father, a husband. How romantic are you?
How romantic?
Yeah, or you're a tough love master.
No. Sometimes I take my wife to dinner.
Oh, you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, quite often?
Well, every now and then. When I'm in good mood.
Oh,
yeah.
You have to be in a good mood before you take it.
Oh, of course. You have to be in good mood to be light, to do light things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you take
that's how romantic.
Birthday is coming. We'll get into that. But tell us about being a political officer or appointee, being Minister for Works and Housing.
Starr 103.5 FM.
Do you make time for the family?
I do.
How many children?
I have 3 children.
3. Okay.
Yeah, I have 3 children. The first one is will be 18.
Wow.
Will be 18 in a month or 2.
Okay.
Yeah, and the one is also is 13 to 14. Then also another one is 8. When I left the US because of the distance, that is why I have. That
gap between the first and the second
and the third.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're all fine, and I have time. I give them time anytime that they are home. Especially the one is in boarding school. Anytime that she comes, I make sure that we all go out for dinner, and also make sure that I stay home. Because most of the weekends I spend in Kumasi, but when they're all home, I try and spend it in Accra so that we all have something to eat, do something to do together, so that we can. Bond well.
Okay,
yeah.
Right. So we have this one. Vicky says that Bola asked him. He said he was very romantic and just taking my wife out for dinner. Really, that's not really romantic. What else can he tell us? So that's from Vicky to you. Before we go for a break, because when we come back, we have tons to add.
There are some of the things Vicky doesn't want to know.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh no, we are celebrating you and we're spending time with you. It's also for the younger ones out there up and coming to know. Okay, but I can still work hard, but still have time for family.
Vicky is saying that taking my wife to dinner is not.
That's one of it. But
very few wives.
Ghanaian get that.
Very few wives get that opportunity.
You don't buy her gifts. You don't.
Oh, that one. Every
do
time
breakfast in bed. There's some.
That one, as for gifts, is a routine.
Standard.
Yeah, every time that I travel, that one she will tell you.
Okay.
I buy all her bags. I bought for her. All her bags.
Champion Asenso. All her bags.
Yeah. All her perfume.
How did you meet your wife?
We were mates in school.
Oh, you were mates in school?
Yeah, we were mates in secondary school.
Secondary school? Which secondary school did you attend?
We met in sixth form.
Okay.
Yeah, she had left, came to sixth form from St. Monica Secondary School.
Okay.
And I also left Osei Secondary School. Then we met in Chiriboa Secondary School in Kumawu.
Chiriboa Secondary
School in Kumawu.
So in Chiriboa your lady believed in you that this man will be somebody in future, and I really want
I don't think it was about the future. I think it was the connection we had at the time. Yeah.
For that particular moment, you were living in the moment.
Yes, I mean we were friends and turned into romance.
But she believed in you, and she knew that.
I'm sure she.
Sixth form, you should have been what, 18, 19 years.
Thereabout.
Was she your first girl, or she your first girlfriend?
Yes, first and only.
Honorable. There's a census, actually a survey, I didn't see. But we'll get into that survey, and I'll pick your thoughts briefly on that. Yeah. I don't know whether you've seen that survey.
Which survey?
Okay, don't worry. I'll just drink some water. We'll come to that. But we're going for a short break. When we come back, we'll talk about family life. We'll get more into politics.
Okay.
And your work as a Minister for Works and Housing. Because today, I was actually watching a video. Later went online to read the whole Elon Musk agenda of building affordable homes that will cost $10,000 US. Yeah. And I want to know what Ghana's housing policy is. You as the minister, what affordable housing, where we're going. When we come back after the break, right here on Starr Chat. We'll be right back.
Bola Ray.
Bola Ray.
Bullets.
Bola Ray.
Hitman.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spanking new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No lagging.
Get a 2-month grace period before you start to pay back.
Suskets, I'm opening an account with TCB. No.
Get a personal loan of up to 400,000 Ghana cedis at a significantly reduced interest rate in less than 24 hours. Call 0800-422-422 or visit your nearest GCB branch today to fund your next big move as we celebrate 70 years of greatness. T's and C's apply. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
Chairman is still not here. What at all could be the issue? Calm down. I'm sure you'll be here soon.
oh, guys. Sorry I'm late. Koti bab me for road. Sake of my insurance expire. Some long issue, Charlie.
Chairman Pan. Hey, you make Koti Bab you say you forget to renew your car insurance when you can get your car insurance sticker instantly on Hubtel. And best of all, you can set a reminder to renew. Simple matter. Just install the app, enter your car number, and oh la la, your instant insurance sticker is there.
Oh, really? Make I do am now before I forget. But Edemu, see. Edemu, insurance sticker need demo one time. I can even renew it every month. Wow. Charlie, as for this one, today, as usual, the sitting is on me.
Visit hubtel.com/app to download your Hubtel app and set a reminder to renew your car insurance today. Hubtel is everything you.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spanking new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Shout! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244-308-111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spanking new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Shout! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
Charlie, Chairman is still not here. What at all could be the issue? Calm down. I'm sure you'll be here soon. Oh, guys, sorry I'm late. Got to bab me for road, sake of my insurance expire. Some long issue, Charlie.
Chairman Pan. Hey, you make Koti Babi say if you forget to renew your car insurance when you can get your car insurance sticker instantly on Hubtel. And best of all, you can set a reminder to renew. Simple matter. Just install the app, enter your car number, and oh la la, your instant insurance sticker is there.
Oh, really? Make I do am now before I forget. Edemu, Charlie, see. Edemu, insurance sticker need demo one time. I can even renew it every month. Wow. Charlie, as for this one, today, as usual, the sitting is on me.
Visit hubtel.com/app to download your Hubtel app and set a reminder to renew your car insurance today. Hubtel is everything you.
Hello, Linda. You wouldn't believe.
You're welcome back. 5 minutes to 8, and our guest is here with us. MP for Bantama and the Minister for Works and Housing, Francis Asenso-Boakye. Welcome back, Francis.
Thank you.
Right, and we have lots of messages for you. And before I even come to you, I'd like to acknowledge our sponsors one more time. A big thank you to Hubtel. Hubtel is everything you. You know, sometimes buying your car insurance isn't the problem. It is when you forget to renew it and then you get into trouble with the police or an accident. Instant car insurance is now on Hubtel. So get your instant car insurance sticker anytime. No long things, just install the Hubtel app and enter your car number for your instant car insurance sticker. Hubtel is everything you. And did you know that MTN Momo now has an app? Yes, MTN Momo has a brand new app specially designed to make your Momo experience easier, convenient, and faster. It's simple. Just download the Momo app on Play Store or App Store on your smartphone and look out for the blue and yellow icon, and it's that simple. Just Momo it everywhere you go. It's the MTN Momo app. Right, so welcome back. And we're talking about you and the family and how you met your wife. I also know that your wife owns one of the biggest and best lingerie shops in Ghana, Beautiful Beneath. So a lady actually sent in Abna from Hachu said that Honorable can be, romantic, more romantic than that. Just saying dinner. You could have given us some ideas and all of that. Beautiful Beneath, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes. My wife owns that shop.
Okay.
She had worked in America earlier on as a certified lingerie specialist.
Oh, so your wife is a certified lingerie specialist.
Yes.
What does that entail? So she deals with underwears and
yeah, exactly. So she can determine, measure you and tell you what you have to wear to look good, to look presentable.
Both men and women, or just
for women.
Only women.
Lingerie.
No. But you said lingerie and other, underwear. That's what I said.
Yeah, but for lingerie is for women. Yeah. So
not underwear for men and all of like boxers and all.
I think she carries that as well, but that one she doesn't have to measure you. That one is you can buy that. That one you can buy.
She sells that as well.
Market. Yeah, her shop carries that.
But she's a certified lingerie expert.
Yeah.
Wow, this is the first time I'm hearing this.
In America,
yes,
you have to be trained to do certain things. Yeah, and she's also a nurse as well. So, but in Ghana, she hasn't been practicing nursing. She's been a businessman,
businesswoman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. 5 top things that the MPP has done in the Ashanti region. Why you feel that the Ashanti should come out massively and vote for the MPP? Because many have said that you've disappointed them.
You see, because MDC most of the time neglect Ashanti. And they leave it for MPP to come and develop. It will look as though we haven't done anything.
5 things that the MPP has done in the Ashanti region. Top of mind, Asenso-Boakye.
Roads. We built more
specific,
roads.
which roads? Yes.
Oh, I can't. If I didn't know, I'm not a road minister.
But clearly, you go to Ashanti region every time. You can't tell us some of the roads, kilometer of roads that the MPP has done.
No, but these things, you have to come out fast. I mean, I'm a minister.
You drive on those roads.
No,
minister.
They are uncountable. Even in my constituency.
Give me.
Even in my constituency.
3 major roads in Ashanti.
Even in my constituency.
1.
The road from Atafua to Barekese.
That is 1. This is Ashanti region, yes.
This is a road whenever it rains, it blocks about 50 people from commuting. Today, we are doing it. It's under construction now.
Is it under construction or you've done it?
The road is done, but there's a bridge that must be done. That's under construction. I can show you videos of it.
So you've done that. 1, we are talking about that. You say Ashantis should vote massively for the MPP, and the NBC is out there discrediting them. So 2 other roads.
They're uncountable. Obuasi Town Road, for instance, is done.
Obuasi Town
exactly.
Road. Okay.
It's done.
Okay. So 2. The third one will be
the road to Kumau. It's done.
By the MPP.
If I knew, then I will prepare because I have to. I'm a state official. When I'm coming to studio, you have to speak with fast, and I have to prepare.
So you've given us 3: Obuasi Town Roads, Kumewu, and then Bantama.
I told you to Bosomtwe. Honorable Educhum's constituency.
Okay.
Several. They're uncountable.
Okay.
They're uncountable.
So that is for roads. We're saying 5 projects that the MPP has done in the Ashanti region. Asenso-Boakye.
The Kumasi Airport. Now it's an international airport.
Kumasi Airport. So that's 1. We're saying projects.
Many.
So we have 1, 4 more to go.
Even the revival of Obuasi go face, and the employment it has created for young people in the area. It's amazing.
Major projects that the NPP has done in the Ashanti region. Kumasi Airport, yes.
I just mentioned the revival of Ashanti Gold.
Oh, but Ashanti Gold was there. Yes, you are creating employment and all of that. But monumental project that we can say, okay, yes, you've talked about roads. We talked about Kumasi Airport. People will also go and say KJT Market, Mahama did it. He did. So for you, 5 projects. You are a minister in the Ashanti region. 5 projects by the MPP. Asenso.
I mentioned the Konfonoche maternity block.
You're not telling me.
Yes, which is currently under construction, which is
it's under construction.
Oh yeah,
8 years.
It's under construction, but it takes time to raise funds to construction and all that. So, I mean, the most important thing is that it has started and it will be completed. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we are talking about breaking the 8. That's why I'm asking you all of this, the implications of it.
That. And it's,
so
it's
I know it can take 20 years to do that, but you want to break the 8. So the projects that you have done,
and it's not only about also projects. It's about policy and programs that are affecting the lives of people. Today, the free SHS, you would think that maybe it happened in the first term, so we shouldn't talk about it. But that is the cornerstone for any serious development takeoff. Okay, today America is what it is today because everybody is educated. Everybody can read and write. Many people think that the free SHS, the ultimate benefit is parents being able to save some money. In economics, I will call it a positive externality, unintended consequence. But the real consequence...
Honorable.
But the real
unintended consequence.
Because that's not the
real value. Yes.
Exactly. The real value, if we were Bola...
The beneficiary.
Yes. When the population is educated, they respond to government policies. Okay? In America today.
So are you, I mean, by deduction and also just to take you on that, what you said, by extension, would you say that the MPP has done well in policies and putting frameworks and rather than projects? Because you said, yes, let's look at policies as well.
But projects, we build more roads than any other. We build more hospitals than any other. We build more schools.
Yes.
The projects
more
are there.
Schools, but name the schools, name the projects, name the hospitals. So
you invited me to talk about my personal.
No, but it's about everything. We are talking about.
And I've mentioned some. If you had told me,
and the breaking the 8 agenda,
no,
Minister.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait a minute. You
yes,
invited
Minister.
me to talk about my personal and possibly my ministry. That one I have I can speak to. But you want
so if you want your ministry has done, I'm saying that it's part of the project. So you can tell us that, affordable homes, this is what the MPP has done. It's under your ministry. But if I'm not pushing,
of course, we've started our affordable housing program. We have started, wait a minute, we have started from Accra.
Yeah.
We are currently started doing infrastructure works for an affordable housing program in Pokuase.
Brilliant.
And the day so in Ashanti region is the next in line. It's a dual, program that we are doing. Whilst this started, we are taking the necessary steps to start the one in the Deswa in Ashanti region. And about 4,000 housing homes will be built. That will be unprecedented.
4,000 homes?
Yeah, affordable housing homes in the Deswa.
In the Deswa?
In Ashanti region. In Pokuase, we will be building 8,000 affordable homes. This is right about a mile or two after the Pokuase.
And timelines are, Asenso, by when?
We are on it. We are on it.
8,000 affordable homes.
That is the plan. And currently, the construction works, infrastructure works, roads and other the drainage
are in place or being done.
Are being done. So that's because when you are doing housing construction, it's important that you start with the
the facilities in there,
exactly. And that is what currently.
What happened, Honorable Minister, to the Saglame housing? What happened to Saglame?
Saglame, what happened to it? What exactly do you mean?
Clearly we know the issues surrounding it
and
all of that. What is the position of government? We heard that an investor has come in.
Government has
so we want to know,
position
as a Minister for Works and Housing,
to invite the private sector to come and take over and develop and sell.
Oh,
exactly.
So now with Saglame, government has thrown in, an invitation to private individuals.
Exactly. Right now, we are almost about securing a transaction advisor to manage that process. It's a very controversial project, and one has to be very careful, in terms of the procurement processes. But we are about securing a transaction advisor to manage the whole process so that there'll be limited government
involvement in that.
It's very easy for people to say that we are giving it to this and that.
Yes,
and that
to cronies, to friends and family.
We are not interested in that.
So it's good that, Honorable Minister, you've spoken about Saglame tonight, because many are also asking that we have all these, projects, housing projects, affordable homes that people can dwell in, but we are leaving them to rot.
No. Sagleme is a
controversial one.
Very controversial one. But all the other programs, affordable housing programs that President Kufuor started, we are gradually finishing them off. Everything. Sagleme is a peculiar one that, but quite controversial. And it's controversial to the extent that if you want to make it habitable for the housing units there, for people to be able to live in them, we have to invest about over $40 million in it. And this is a project that government has already sunk almost $200 million. And whenever you are using public funds, one has to be very careful. Exactly. And that is why, and it's also happening at a time that funds are limited. After COVID, it's very difficult to raise funds.
You mentioned, of course, and I'll stay with your ministry, that you're actually getting into projects that were started by other governments. In the area of works and housing, under the NDC, under President Mills, under President Mahama, there were projects that were started. Are there any that you consider for national good? The MPP and you as the minister, you came through, this was started under the NDC, and you've come to continue to actually complete?
Well, all the projects that we are currently, housing projects, for instance, they were President Kufuor Affordable Housing Program. They were not under the NDC. Yeah. The only project that was outstanding started by the NDC is Sagleme, which we have already discussed that. Yeah, but in general, I mean, even in Ministry of Education and all other places, government has strived to continue with every
project.
Yeah.
All right, then Abdul says, and we have messages coming in. You can also send in your messages as you join us on social media, albeit Bola Asenso-Boakye has done monumentally well. Kudos for this interview. He's actually, excelled on the show tonight, and we in his constituency, we're proud of him. We listen to you on Ultimate FM in Kumasi. In terms of infrastructure, he's done a lot, and that is why he was able to beat his competitor Ralph Agyapong. They just ended MPP parliamentary, primaries. All right. And also, this is coming from Frida. Frida says that, what did the president of Ghana tell him before he went to the primaries? Granted that it was a hot one. Did you meet up with President Kufuor before they just ended primaries?
Oh, yeah. I mean, every now and then I go and say hello. Right. But he asked me about it, and I said, who's your opponent? I said, a guy who this and that. And he said, I'm sure you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'm so, yes, Mr. President, I'll be fine. Yeah.
and fine you were?
Yeah, fine I was. And I didn't see that as a contest. So.
You didn't?
Yeah, no.
Never. For once, did it bother you?
If I was scared, I would have gotten the guy disqualified because he wasn't qualified to contest.
Oh, he wasn't qualified?
No. The Constitution says. Oh, yeah. Constitution says the person should have nurtured the Constitution for at least 2 years.
You should have told that to the party, so the party didn't know this.
They know, but they overlooked it. And I also at a point made sure that he wasn't disqualified because
you did
that? Given the kind of person he was, he would have made a lot of noise as though he was going to win and been disqualified. But I wanted him to come so that I beat him and I settled the matter once and for all.
What do you also make of the wind of change in Parliament, especially for the MPP? 28 of your colleagues lost their primaries. Does that give you a cause to worry? 19 more have left on their own, totaling 45.
Yeah.
Many have said that, look, this is going to affect the work.
I'm sure it will have some effects. But I'm sure those who are coming will also, because some people were there. Those who you are claiming have left and go to a first parliament, they also came in. Yeah, and they learn on the job, and they were very effective. I'm sure those who are coming to will also have the opportunity to learn on the job.
So it's a fair field. You don't have any issues at all.
Because this is a democratic. You cannot control the process.
10 ministers and deputy ministers were rejected in the primaries. Does that show that disappointment of the MPP grassroots when it comes to the government's performance?
No, I don't think so. There are a lot of things that the voters look out for.
The dynamics are different.
the community has its own peculiarities. Mine was different. Frida Prempes was different. Larry Best was different, and it has nothing to do with the performance of. Because at the end of the day, for instance, Frida, for instance, this is a spokesperson for the vice president.
Vice president,
exactly. Yeah. So you can't.
What do you mean? Because that's the minister for sanitation.
Exactly.
And going, head to head with the spokesperson for the vice president.
Exactly. Sometimes even relatives fight. I'm told that in Walwale, the guy who unseated the incumbent, they are actually relatives. Yeah. So at the end of the day, the voters will decide. The delegates will decide which one they deem fit will better represent.
Once it's a fair playing field, you believe that anyone can contest.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
We'll stay with TESCON, which you were the president. You've been involved in youth leadership and making things achievable. What is the backstory of how you created this tertiary educational, party youth wing?
I think let's put on record that even before I went to the university, there was an MPP present on the campus. KNUST, Legon, and University of Ghana. We used to call them MPP student wing. But when we were going to take, MPP had lost 2 elections, 92 and 96. Okay, all hopes were lost. Okay, the students were disorganized. The MPP branch there, called the MPP branch, was moribund, almost dead. And 10 at that time was strong, better motivated, giving a lot of resources to work. So when we went there, we thought that we needed to set up a more formidable student branch to better respond to 10 and help the party to. Because one of the reasons why we said that we lost 92 and 96 because of Reagan and irregularities, especially in 96. After 92, MPP declared it a rigged election, and we even wrote a book, The Stolen Verdict, on it. So we thought that, hey, if it is that these elections were rigged, then one of the reasons is that we didn't have enough people to man at the polls at the various polling centers. So we came together, decided to, form a more formidable student wing, so that we can mobilize people to especially the remote areas, for people to go as polling station agents. So even in the 2000 elections, we mobilized about 2,000 students to go up north as polling station agents and the voter region. That sticker, your friend sticker,
Stephen,
was one of the people we mobilized to go.
MP for Ishaiso.
Exactly.
Okay.
And he went there at that time. He insisted that he would go with his own car. He was using some Golf 3 or Golf 2. He went there, he never brought the car, but the car got bent. He was one of the people who went up there.
Year 2000.
And many others. The guy in Zebula, he's our new candidate in Zebula, John Krugu, who was then my deputy, my secretary, actually. And many others. I can mention Isaac Siama, Koku Kwate, the MP for Takrade, Kobi Ochedakon.
All from TESCON?
They are all from TESCON. And now TESCON is the breeding ground for MPP leaders now. Or even Justin Kodia. Who is the
general secretary of the MPP?
Who is several years behind me. It's not the general secretary. Nana Boache, all this, passed through the TESCON movement. Yeah. So TESCON was very instrumental in the 2000 elections. And the reason why I got very involved was because I told you of my background, how we started politics from Bantama, and this anti-Rollins, movement in Bantama. I took it to UK.
So clearly, for youth leadership and youth mobilization and garnering vote, TESCON plays a crucial role.
Very crucial. Wow. Very crucial, because we go out and canvass.
Let's talk about the running mate for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Okay.
Should he come from the Ashanti region? Many are clamoring for that. What is your take on that?
It makes a lot of sense to come from Ashanti region, because even in America, whenever you have a presidential candidate from a minority area, you try and bring the running mate from majority area. Whenever you pick a Muslim, you try and bring a Christian to it. So they take it might be balanced. So vice president comes from a minority tribe, which is a Mampusi. Exactly. So it's important that you pick someone from a majority tribe, and in this case, Ashanti is your best bet, because that's where you get most of your votes from.
So you believe that yes, it's from that region that the running mate.
It will make a lot of sense.
If not from that region, which region? Many are saying Eastern.
It's also another region, because it's also one of our strongholds, but it will make more sense
to come from the Ashanti region.
Yes.
You worked closely with then candidate and now President Akufo-Addo. How do you assess your boss's leadership and performance in running this country?
He's been amazing. I think that we couldn't have had a better president at this time, especially during the difficult period of COVID. I was right by him, and the kind of leadership that he provided. Things would have been worse if we didn't have Akufo-Addo as president at the time. Even times that we had to make decisions to shut down the country, lockdown.
What was the president's mood at that time? 2020 COVID era. You were with him side by side. What was going through his mind? Walk us through.
You know, Akufo-Addo is the one who understands that as a leader, there can be challenges. He always tells me a story of a British prime minister that he was asked, you know, about what the difficult things in his government, as a political leader, and the person said that events. He knows that some events can happen at any time, but you have to be resolved and make sure that you provide the right quality leadership. So Akufo-Addo, I believe that apart from the programs and policies that he's put in place, the kind of leadership that he provided, I believe no other president could do better.
On a scale of 1 to 10, you would rate the president?
Akufo-Addo, I'll give him 9.
9 over 10?
Oh, certainly. He you know, the COVID changed everything. In Ghana, COVID changed everything.
So you'll assess President Akufo-Addo's performance based on COVID management?
No. I'm saying that it's one of them. It's one of them. The free SHS that is introduced today, you might not, in 10 years' time, Akufo-Addo will be celebrated. Akufo-Addo's.
So you are prophesying that in 10 years?
Of course. America, they are celebrating George Washington,
Kennedy?
Not Kennedy.
Who?
Abraham Lincoln and Roosevelt.
Okay.
They are celebrating them today because of the interventions they made.
Way back.
Exactly. Today we will not see.
So you are saying that posterity would actually thank President Akufo-Addo?
Without doubt. I know it won't take that long. I'm saying 10 years. You will see the effects of his policy interventions that is going to turn around and transform Ghana for the better.
Right. Your thoughts on the office of the special prosecutor. You've been, watching events unfold and all that is happening. What is your take on it?
I haven't paid attention to that.
Oh, you haven't paid attention to the activities of the special prosecutor?
No, I haven't paid attention.
You've been busy with works and housing?
Yeah, I haven't paid attention to that. So to be unfair.
No, I'll grant you that. But let's stay with your sector, as we finally touch down. How much of the housing deficit have you addressed? I was at a program of yours at the Kempinski, meeting real estate agents and, housing developers. And what is a housing deficit?
Well, when I assumed office, the housing deficit was over 2 million. At the last census, it has reduced to 1.8. When MPP assumed office, not that when I assumed, when MPP assumed office.
It was 2 million?
Yes.
Okay. In terms of housing deficit?
Yeah. People are...
So 200,000 less now.
People are building. People are building. The Starr says that 60% of Ghanaians cannot access housing without the support of government.
60%.
60%. And that 35% can't access housing at all, even with government support. And that is only 5%. Rich people like you, Bola, I'm sure you have a couple of houses, yeah, who can, just 5%. So, government policy is to support the 60% who cannot access housing without government support. So, what kind of support do these people need?
Right.
Okay. What are the issues in housing? Land is critical. Okay. Infrastructure, one of the major cost components of housing development is infrastructure. Roads, electricity,
right.
water, drainage, sewage.
Right.
So government took a decision that then it will be good to absorb those components, especially when they are talking about affordable housing.
Correct.
And when I mean by affordable housing, I mean those people that need government support. And I think it's instructive to also define the context of which I'm using affordable housing.
Because somebody just sent a text that pure water seller out there, somebody out there with a small business, would there be a time where they can afford a home and pay over a period of time?
If you work hard
and plan well,
and of course the procuracy program that we are doing, working with the banks, you make sure that once you have a dedicated source of income.
Okay.
Okay, and if you're, my mother sold Umutu, but was able to build a house. Yeah, exactly. Wow. Yeah. So if
how much is a unit at Pokwas? Let's say a 1-bedroom house. Honorable, walk through that. How much would that cost? Average.
A 2-bedroom house is around $35,000.
$35,000.
Yes.
For a 2-bedroom house.
For a 2-bedroom house. Yeah, of course, the 1-bedroom is less, and I don't have the full 2-bedroom. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
But a 1-bedroom certainly below $30,000.
But this is an area that is a gated community with all amenities, first-class infrastructure, and everything. We want to make sure that it is whoever gets there is get decent. Short of life.
And that's why you are doing 8,000 homes.
Yes, in procuracy. And that's government-sponsored affordable housing program.
How is the National Rent Assistance Scheme going?
I was going to explain what we mean by affordable housing.
Yeah.
The United Nations defines affordable housing as a situation where you spend 30% or less of your income on pay for mortgage or rent. Okay. So that's affordable housing. So it's not, it's relative actually. It's relative, and I must also say that even in America, it's not everybody who can.
No, thanks for putting in that context.
Who can access IE. So government also puts priority on rental housing.
Okay,
and that is why government has introduced the National
Rent Assistance Scheme. How many persons have benefited from that scheme, Mr. Minister?
With that one, may have some data.
Data. Okay, sure.
It was started. Interestingly, it was started exactly a year ago.
The National Rent Assistance Scheme.
The Vice President launched it 31st January last year, and yesterday was exactly 1 year.
1 year.
So far, 1,383 as at 31st December 2023.
1,393
people, Ghanaians.
So these are not party people.
No.
And you don't give it to party people.
No. It's being run by a private company.
Oh.
And they have a number on their website. When you apply, they assess you. If you qualify, then you.
So since last year, January, 1,393.
As I say, nobody has come to me to seek assistance because you can go and do it. Nobody has come to me to seek assistance.
The National Rent Assistance Scheme.
Yeah, rent
assistance. So you give them money, you support them. How does that work?
Okay, so it's all about this rent advance payment. In Ghana, when you want to rent, you say pay 2 years advance. That's what the landlord wants, but it's difficult to tell the landlords not to do that because you don't have enough of the houses. So whilst we seek to address the housing deficit, you introduce this scheme so that if you, for instance, you finish school, you are not you haven't saved that much, but you are asked to pay 2 years advance. The scheme will pay that advance for you, so that you pay to the scheme on monthly basis.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about that.
Wow.
That rent advance payment.
And the vision is to migrate or get how many people onto this scheme? What is the target?
Well, as many people as possible. This is a revolving fund. Government committed 18 million to this fund. This year, first quarter, government has committed additional 10 million. So you invest in it.
All right.
And it's a revolving. So
as and when
exactly,
you just get to top up.
Exactly.
I mentioned earlier in my preamble that Elon Musk is out there. He's getting into affordable homes. I'll share a video with you after this where a house is going for, or an apartment for $10,000. Will we get to a time where some of these things, because they are also in terms of sustainability, there's something that we can look at, climate and all of that. Are we getting there? Technology
can help us get that, and it's coming from America, so it's no doubt. Right. Technology and capital, because when you have the capital, you'll be able to enjoy economies of scale,
right,
so that your average cost comes down. Exactly. So that's what I believe Elon Musk is saying. But once the technology is there, we can all pick it.
We can all pick it and also introduce that.
Exactly.
Anyway,
I hope it will be the kind of technology that will work in Ghana, because it's not it's not every technology that will fit. It will be fit for our purpose here in Ghana. Yeah.
What is your greatest fear in life, Asenso?
Greatest fear?
Yes.
Greatest fear? That's an interesting question.
What's your greatest fear?
My greatest fear?
Bantama Asenso-Boakye.
Do I have a greatest fear?
You don't?
I'm not too sure. I have a greatest fear. Maybe you have to think about it.
You have to think about it. No, we'll grant you that as we go on, because we are actually wrapping up. But it's not time for our mystery question. So can you pick one and then read it out for us? So let's see what you will actually pick up. Yes. And what's the question there?
It's the same question. Is the one?
The greatest fear. Yeah. Okay. So maybe you'll pick another one for us. So what do we have in here? Okay.
It says that who is the best president the MPP tradition has produced? Is it Kufuor?
Yes, President Kufuor or President Akufo-Addo.
You want me to answer this question?
Yes, sir. Who is the best president the MPP tradition has produced?
You see, when you are making such comparison, one has to be careful. I will answer the question.
Yes,
but Kufuor has played his part, and his left. Akufo-Addo has played it. He's actually on it, and the decisions, the circumstances under his leadership is totally different from that of President Kufuor.
The two, who will you choose any day?
Akufo-Addo.
Oh, yeah. Over President Kufuor.
Of course, but he have worked directly, so I know him.
Okay.
And I've benefited from his leadership, from his wise counsel, and everything. Even though Kufuor is also more of President Kufuor is also more of a father to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's President Akufo-Addo for you.
Yeah.
So the next one and the last one will be this one. As you open it up to read, what do we have there, sir?
Will you ever want to be called President
Asenso-Boakye, President of Ghana?
I've never thought of that.
You've never thought of becoming the President of Ghana?
No.
When you get to the bridge, you cross it.
Yeah. You see, I've heard a lot of people expressing interest in that kind of in their position, but it's not easy. I have been right there, and it's something that if you want to do and do it very well, it calls for sacrifices. Okay, so one has to be prepared mentally, spiritually, physically. So it's something that is not a joke. Wow. So I won't wake up one day and say I want to be president. I will want to prepare, weigh myself. I have the energy, I have the intellect, I have everything to be able to do that.
And for now, you've not thought about
it. I haven't thought about that.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So as we wrap it up with time, reading some 32 minutes after 8, so we have some 28 minutes. What is your biggest regret in life, Asenso-Boakye?
Biggest regret?
Yes, biggest regret. If you don't know of your biggest fear or you don't want to share that, what is your biggest regret?
Regrets is when there are some people that I should have expressed more love to, more appreciation to. But I thought, for instance, my mother, I should have
done a lot more for her.
Not that I did.
You did a lot for her. Okay.
But I should have been very expressive.
With your love.
Yeah, expressive. I never had opportunity apart from giving her the gifts and I say, Mommy, I love you. I really appreciate it. I never got a chance to be doing that. But everything that she needed that I could, I did. I remember when I was a student in America, I invited her to visit me and I did all that and assisted in so many ways. But
telling her that, Mommy, I love you so much. You didn't do that the more.
I didn't get
and you regret that.
Yeah.
You know what? We wish you the very best. Victory for you. You're going to beat the NDC, and what are you predicting?
I can't say a landslide, but I'm very confident that we
above 90%.
No, nobody has done that. It's not easy. But I know we have a lot of work to do. From now till.
Any favorites for the running mate? If it's to be, somebody to be picked, and you are saying that Ashanti region, who do you have in mind? Quickly before we go.
That's the decision of the candidates. It's something that
you don't have anybody in mind.
There are quite a couple of them out there who I think they all qualify. Can be a good fit for running mate, Vice President Bawumia. But I wouldn't want to be the one.
Stick your neck out to say, okay. Your favorite song?
My favorite song?
Yes.
I have a lot of favorite songs.
Yes.
But
which one will get Asenso on the dance floor any day, anytime?
It's not about the lyrics. It's not about the beats to dance. It's about what is in it.
Okay, so the lyrics. Which song?
You see, in this our world now, everything has become monetized, and that if you really love someone and really appreciate someone and you're able to demonstrate that with money,
then
the person might not appreciate that.
Right.
Okay. So this Lumba song that says that Sikana mini BNT na said the amin pewasem. Mi boni pewasem bebre.
Aode mi pewasem. Oh.
Pewasem so uniska money.
Everything is hinged on money. Interesting.
Yeah. If you can play that song,
yes. Let's see. We'll see if you have that tune. We'll try to get a title of that Lumba song. And we'll just get to play that one for you from Charles Kojo. Astroturfs in Bantama.
We have 4 in Bantama. 4
Astroturfs in Bantama.
I don't think any other constituency has more than 4.
Okay, we're trying to get your song for you, buddy. Thank you very much. Bantama Asenso-Boakye. Thank you. It's been a great interview. Yes, thanks for coming through to sit down with us. You like Afrobeat?
Yeah. Terminator, for instance, is
Terminator by Kim Promise. Okay, so we'll end with that one for you. Kim Promise with Terminator. DJ coming on stream just for go.